Hello everybody, this is Anna, also known as Anna-Nita on Ravelry. I have podcasted the last time, I think over 3 months ago. And yeah, here I am again because I finally picked up my knitting needles again. And so I felt inspired to upload another podcast and I now have some things to show you. Okay, what happened in the last 3 months? If you are interested, I think you should watch this episode and wait for the end, because if you are tuning in the first time, you might think, well, why the heck should I be interested in what she was doing 3 months ago? So if you are new, welcome. I hope you will enjoy this show. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you. If you're hearing some traffic noises, it's because I have opened the windows. It's not too hot. Thankfully, it cooled down a lot. But yeah, it's hot enough to say I have to open the window. Okay. On my lap I have my dog, so maybe you can see me. Yeah, you see his ears. It's Benny, and you may or may not see him. We will see. Okay. I haven't podcasted because there wasn't much to show, because I wasn't crafting. I haven't felt like crafting because of all the stress I had, and I did other stuff to calm down and to relax. And as I tell you every year, normally once a year, I have a very big crafting down, a gap. And I think it's over now. I hope so. So we should pretend this is a normal episode, and if it was a normal episode, I would start with finished objects. Do I have finished objects? Yes, but I have forgotten to take it with me. Wait a second. So now I have it. It's a crochet shawl. I have worked on this over a year now because I wasn't crafting so much. It's the Weasley shawl, and I washed it lately and it smells so good. I love the smell of fresh what? Freshly washed objects. I don't know. Yeah, Benny is okay. This was a gradient yarn, a non-plied gradient yarn. I have explained before that we call this bobble, and the ladies don't dye the yarn like that, but they tie different colors together to create a gradient, and this is one of these, and I really like this. This is I think 80 cotton and 20 polyamide, something in that range. And for me, these colors are looking like a lighthouse. And because of the pattern, which is called vongole because it's looking like a shell, because vongole is Italian for shell, it's a perfect match in my opinion. I haven't worn this because, I don't know, it was so hot. So it wasn't really a thing to wear during the summer. But now, yeah, it's very bulky around the neck because it's a triangular shawl. I'm not the biggest fan of triangulars, but if you search for crochet patterns for shawls, you never find something else besides a normal scarf. So yeah, but it's pretty, and I will wear it after the weather is cooled down a little bit. Yeah. In the beginning it was a difficult pattern for me because it was the first time it was more than only one stitch repeating every row, but after a few repeats, it's a repeat of 2 rows. Yeah, I didn't need the pattern. It was intuitive. Oh, it smells good. I haven't even woven in the ends. There's one end and there's another end. Yeah. Okay. it is, yeah, not small. It's more than my arm span. That means more than 140. No, it should be 140 centimeters, I guess. Okay, that is my finished object. My only finished object. Because I finished this. Whoa, it was, I know I crocheted on this at my friend's house. And I visited her, I think it was right after Easter or so. So, long ago. Okay. Doo-doo. Finished. Object. My only one. The next thing I have worked on a lot, and that was the only project I enjoyed working on during my mojo down. It's my temperature blanket. Okay, I have a huge pile of stuff around me. My temperature blanket. I am at June 23rd. I always have to catch up because I don't crochet on this every day. Okay, I have folded it so that you can see. This is January right up to June, and you can see why I didn't like crafting. that is our June. The last school month was horrible. It was so hot. We had over 30 multiple times we had over 30 degrees Celsius. Maybe you can see Fahrenheit on the screen. And if you know me already, you know I'm not so much a big fan of the summer. But I really like this pattern. This is called moss stitch, as the knitted moss stitch, but it's crochet. I picked this because this stitch, if you look closely, is not directly onto the stitch in the line before, but it's like this. That means the stitch is not so tall, high, and that means the blanket won't be crazy long after 365 rows. I tried many things out and I have talked about it in detail in previous episodes. So I needed a stitch which allows me to crochet every day. And if I had chosen gray stripes, for example, it would be over 3 meters long. That's crazy. It's just crazy, even if you want to use it as a bed cover. Okay, Benny, gib mir das zurück. So yes, how many colors do you see in here? I think, yeah, now every color was used already. And I think I have 15. I think 15 different colors. You can see my color chart here on the screen. I have found this on a lovely Instagram profile by a lovely crochet lady. She has a very, very good taste, so I took this and copycatted her. But she's doing another temperature blanket with granny squares. Benny, Achtung. Sorry, Benny is tangled in my yarn. You are so cute. Yeah, that is really much fun. Now, how wide is it? It's not as wide as I wanted it because I couldn't. I didn't know how many stitches would create how much, yeah, centimeters, how many centimeters, but it's big enough. It's very pretty, very warm. Oh, it's special Stylecraft DK. It's my first bigger project with Stylecraft and my first Stylecraft DK. And I can say that this yarn is very soft. It's softer than Shach and Maya, I have found out now. And it's very nice to work with. And Until now, I don't see pilling, and I have it on my lap nearly every day, so yeah. It's fun. I can recommend doing a temperature blanket. I don't know, I think it's funny, you are much more aware of the weather. So small talk about weather is much easier. I hate small talk, but sometimes you have to do small talk. I hate it, I really do. I hate it when you stand with someone there and you don't know what to talk about, and you are not interested in a serious conversation, and you have to talk about something like weather or sports. Yeah, no, I don't like small talk. Okay, this is my temperature blanket update. I bought a very nice felted basket for this project. I will show you. Oh, and I will show you how I keep track with my temperatures. Okay, wait. First, the basket. This is the basket. I bought this on Amazon for how much was it? 10 euro or so. And I always keep track. I have a short link in my browser for the weather, not forecast, but do you say backcast? I don't think so. Sorry, the light is changing. I don't know. It's getting dark. It's very cloudy today. Okay. And I made this chart, or is it a table? I don't know how you call it. Sorry. And I write down the month, the day, and then the degrees. And I'm using then the degrees from our weather station, because you say, for example, if we have, I don't know, 25 degrees Celsius in our district, in the first district, you know, where all the tourists go to and take photos and eat Sachertorte, you will have 3 or 4 degrees more, because it's more city, less green areas, less trees and so on, so it's much more heated up. So I took our weather station around our neighborhood. In the first 3 months I colored into the table chart so that I have an idea how the colors will go together, but now I only do this. Yeah, and then I always tick off what I did. Yeah, that's easy, that's fun. Yeah, I can recommend doing this. There are many different ways of doing a temperature blanket. Just Google this or type in temperature blanket on Pinterest or Instagram and you will find very nice ideas. But I wanted to do something in lines, so in rows instead of granny squares. Okay, and the reason why I am podcasting again is I touched my needles again, so my knitting needles. I did a lot of crocheting lately or when I was crafting, but now I'm knitting again, and I wanted to knit already for 2 weeks or so, but I didn't want to do a pattern, I didn't want to have to think, I didn't want to use very thin yarn, so fingering weight yarn. I just wanted to knit, but not start something new, because I wanted to have instant gratification, so a finished object to be soon. So, oh my god, I'm a complicated person, I feel like. So I grabbed my Weasley sweater again, because it's not too hot now. It's very autumnal the last days. Well, this whole week was very autumnal, and I am so excited when the weather is like that, because it's the best. It's not sweater weather, but it is not so hot. Okay, and we had a lot of rain and Gewitter, but I don't know the English word for Gewitter. You know, if you have lightnings and thunder. Screen. I know the word Gewitter. I don't know now. German word of the day, Gewitter. This is my favorite thing weather-like, because it's so cozy. You stay inside, it's loud, and the rain is pouring down. You hear it on the windows and on the street, and I love this. I love this, really. Sorry, I'm digressing. So this is my Weasley sweater. Okay, wait. There are many ends. Whoa, did I open something? No. Needles! It looks a little bit short, maybe, so it's not too short. I already tried this on. Maybe I will just pick up and knit further because it's plain stockinette. If you add another portion of plain stockinette, you won't see anything. We will see. But I have finished the first sleeve. Don't forget, it's an oversized cardigan. Let me see, how can you see it? Yeah. It's an oversized cardigan. It's 50-50 wool and acrylic. It's a tweed yarn. On the sleeves you do a normal cuff. I still have to fix these kind of things. I only, it's only cast off and nothing. I did nothing yet. I haven't woven in the ends because I always do the blocking first. But on the neck and the hem, you only cast on. Well, let's see, where did I cast on? You only cast on and knit plain stockinette, and that creates this rolled hem. And actually I like this because it's fitting to this kind of sweater, because it's a Weasley sweater, cozy, rustic, and this will be very, very cozy. The pattern said I should have joined in a different way and later in the process and so on, but I wanted to knit the sleeves in the round instead of knitting them flat and then sewing them together. I hate sewing. I really do. Seaming. Yeah, seaming. I hate seaming. So I closed the sides earlier than recommended, and I didn't use a darning needle. I used my crochet hook, and I crocheted it together, and it's okay. You don't see nothing because it's a very rustic yarn and it looks like perfect. It's okay. So yes, I have switched to a longer cord now because I need to do magic loop. This I did with a smaller circular with a smaller circumference. Now I'm doing magic loop, and after reaching a certain point I will use DP ends because I prefer DP ends over magic loop. Yeah, and at the end I decided at the end I wanted to do it differently, but I have decided to duplicate stitch my initial letter instead of doing intarsia because it was driving me nuts. I couldn't wrap my brain around this when I was knitting this, so I will duplicate stitch the A. Whoa, it always sounds like I'm opening these stitch holders. Yeah, I'm using for the neck stitch holders, and I have locked them with a clippy marker because they open by accident very easily. They open easily by accident. I don't know. So I only lock them with a clippy marker. Not in the front because less stitches. Yeah. Okay. Do I have the color? No. I will use a natural, or how could you call it, cream for the leather. I was going for these colors because first, blue is my favorite color, and second, it's more Ravenclaw. And I'm a Ravenclaw. Okay, Weasley sweater. Here are my other balls of yarn. There you can see the company, Volbut Primo, and here are more information. Okay, I decided to use a cheaper and easier to handle yarn, because I won't wear this very much outside. Maybe for going for a walk with Benny and around the house, but not so much for work. I don't think that it's not nice enough for work. This is this. Oh yes, and just in case, I had a Clippy, no, not Clippy, sorry. I had a row counter which was mechanic, and I have lost this. I had this green one from Clover. I want it back so badly because you can tie it around your neck. But now I'm using this digital one. I bought this 2 years ago, I think. 2 or 3 years ago on a festival. Yeah. Good. At the moment I enjoy knitting on the Weasley sweater very much. I'm watching The Closer lately. We bought the first 5 seasons. We are turning back to, is it right? We are turning back to DVDs again, because I have experienced this now 2 or 3 times that I started a series and I wasn't binge watching it, so I was enjoying it and not watch too much, so that I will have more fun for a longer time with this series. And then from one day to another, it wasn't on Netflix anymore or on Amazon Prime anymore, without a big announcement. And it wasn't like, oh, you can still watch until the end of this month and from the first of the next month it's away. No, it was like on a Thursday I watched it and Fridays it was away in the middle of the month. I don't know. Yeah. And I'm a person, I like to reread and re-watch. Difficult to pronounce. I'm not so... I like some films, some movies, and I re-watch movies. But I love series. I love series so much, and I re-watch whole series several times. I think I have watched, for example, MASH. Maybe you still know this series from the 80s. How often did I watch MASH? Not the last episode, because I have to cry when I watch this. I think I watched the last episode twice, but not more often. But the whole series, I think I watched 6 times. And Gilmore Girls, 7 or 8 times. Sometimes I skip 1 episode or 2 episodes because I don't like them. Or Big Bang Theory. I have rewatched Big Bang Theory 4 times. Yeah, I think, yeah, my generation is so... I don't know, I don't have the English word for this or a phrase which fits for this, but we use something, an object, for a short time very quickly, and then we don't like it anymore, or something new is on the market and we forget about the old things. And it's the same. Think about how many series come out every day, and you have to keep up with this quick changing schedule, if you want to say it like that. So you can't, in German we say genießen. That's more than only enjoy. Genießen means to enjoy something slowly. For example, if you eat a piece of chocolate, you let it melt on your tongue instead of chewing the chocolate. If you chew it, you might be only enjoying it because yummy, I want more. But if you genießen it, like we Germans say, it means you take your time, slow down, relax, and taste every bit of it, and you let melt it on your tongue. And yeah, that would be genießen. And I think we should do this more. We should take the time for something like that. And that means rewatching some things or rereading books, for example. not read or watch something so you can say afterwards, I have seen this, I have read, I don't know, 5 books in a month or so. It's quantity but not quality. I hope you get what I mean. So I'm a fan of rewatching and rereading. Sorry, I was digressing, but you know me if you're watching since a few episodes. So you know I tend to do this. Now I want to show you my whips, which are lingering in their bags untouched. A new started project and 2 goodies I have received or bought in the last 3 months. Okay, maybe I should start with the things I want to grab in the nearer future without stressing myself, and I would like to finish them. So there is my Christmas Eve cast on. I'm so ashamed to say that. It's my standing rock hat. At the moment it's only a rib tube. I'm holding No Maker's Hermione fingering weight yarn double, so I create a light DK weight yarn, and I'm knitting a rib tube. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, standing rock hat. I have finished one already. That's what I have left, and I want to knit this up completely. I stopped because I didn't enjoy the process anymore, just because of the tools. I would like to have a shorter cord or shorter needles or so. I don't have the best needle set yet. I don't have the perfect cord or the perfect needle for every project. So I need something, and I realized this many times now, I need something for a smaller circumference. And because if the stitches are so stretched out, you have to shift the stitches so much and so tight, and I didn't enjoy this anymore, so I put it down. But this will be finished, and at the end I want to add a faux fur pom-pom. Yeah, I like this hat because it's a classic one. It's because I have a finished one already. It's classic, it's a nice tight fit, it's long enough to put all my hair into this in the in the winter, because I mostly wear ponytails, alien hat, you know, when you put... I like all these pretty hats I see on Ravelry, and all these color work hats and so on. And then the nice photos of the girls with open hair and the hat, yeah, that's pretty, but I won't ever use it like that, because I can't wear my hair every day opened and in the storm, and when it rains and when it snows, I have to hide it in my head, and it looks silly with a normal fitted head. So that's the reason why I'm always on the hunt for beanies or more slouchier hats. Okay, that's this. Oh, and it's in my Ravenclaw bag, made by Fondant Fiber. Yeah, this is also made by Fondant Fiber. It was a Harry Potter set. This is also from the set. It has the same... is it called... Can you say this is a canvas-like fabric? And what you see here, it's in the inside again. And here is the sorting hat. I wanted to say speaking hat because in German it's called, yeah, the speaking hat, der sprechende Hut. But it's the sorting hat. Then I have, not in a bag, my Christmas socks from last year. I can finish this in no time, you know. It's just because it's I think DK weight yarn, so I could finish this so quick. Lee, it's an adverb, sorry. Yeah, I have this on hires. I feel like doing it because of the weather change. The weather change, it will be hot again next week, I think, but when the weather is changing, especially from hot to more chilly, I feel so inspired in every segment or in every part of my life. Yeah. Because my new year starts always in autumn, because the new school year is always my new year. And I have been a student so a student in school, a student in university, or in, we say Hochschule, high school, but university, let's say university, and as a teacher. I have never had the feeling like, oh, with January something new starts, because no, it doesn't. It's right before the holidays, the holidays between the 2 semesters. So my new year always starts in September. As a student, so in university in October, and now as a teacher in September. Okay, sorry, digressing again. Sorry. Then I have another winter-like project. It's a gift for someone. I have one finished object here. You have seen this already. It's a Regia. It's also DK weight, I would say. It's a thicker sock yarn. 6 ply. 6 or 8 ply, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know at the moment. And here is the second one. Also Regia, contrasting. It's a Christmas gift. I have started very early. I think in January or so. Yeah. I'm already thinking about Christmas gifts, but I won't knit or crochet so many this year. I will do, but not so many. Then, oh yes, another pair of socks. This is a finished sock. This is West Yorkshire Spinners in the Mojito colorway. Lecker, yummy. In German we say lecker. Maybe the Netherlands. If Netherlands are watching, we also use the word lecker, but not in such a big variety as the people from the Netherlands use this word. And I think shortly or right before the heel. Yeah, another color repeat, and then I can start the heel. West Yorkshire Spinners I always do on very thin needles. It's a 2mm needle DPN set, because it's a very, very, very light fingering weight yarn. And I am using Regia white contrasting, because I prefer white as a contrasting color for socks. White goes with everything, and it's not too crazy in my opinion. Looks very nice. It's, as you see, I only show this off. I show off these whips very quick because I didn't do anything on them. Ow. I still have the washed out on my needles. I did this as a private knit along with my knitting friend Karina, and it's a shame, it's a pity that I haven't done or finished it, because I was so inspired to start this and I was planning this out so much and so long. This is how far I am. The brown one is Chocolate Fondue by A Homespun House. Then the blue one is Madeline Tosh. Wait, it's a landscape. I think in Texas. Meadow. Cornflower. No. No. Cornflower Meadow? No. That was fondant fiber. I don't have the tag here. Sorry, I've forgotten. I have received this from Nina. And this was dyed as for a special yarn shop in Texas, I think. Yeah, and I think Nina lived in Texas before. Yeah, and the third color will be Digital Bath from Molly from My Homespun House. Yeah, but it's a long way to go. Poking into my eye. No. And this is on 3.5mm, like every fingering weight project I work with or I'm doing, and higher sharps because I love them. Now we come to things I have received, and I think this extremely grateful gift I haven't shown you, because I have received this in my Mojo gap. I have received this from a very, very, very lovely friend, pen pal friend. She was on Ravelry, and she's following me on Instagram, and she's watching my podcast, and she is so special and so nice and so generous, unbelievable generous. And she asked me a few months ago what kind of which indie dye I like, and what kind of project I want to do in the future, and which yarn I would need for that. And she gifted me from a homespun house a Half-Blood Prince. I mean, it's my colors, because you can see it's with blue and gray, and it's a Harry Potter colorway. I think you see enough, right? Yeah. And I like Molly's yarns very much. Another incoming goodie from her I will show you later, because I will show you first what I have bought when I was, I think, over the Easter holidays. Yeah, I was yarn shopping with two friends. I wasn't crafting, but I was yarn shopping. And I bought, it's from a yarn shop in the 1st district. And she has all the fancy yarns like hedgehog fibers and all the international brands. And she has Shibui knits. And I have bought this. So this is Sima. I think it's called, I don't know which language it is, so I don't know how to, it's made in Peru. Is it Chima? If it was Italian, it would be Chima. If it's something else, it's maybe Sima or Kima, I don't know. It's lace, and it has 328 yards on 50 gram. 300 meter on 50 gram. And I thought about doing a crochet shawl, but no, I will knit with this, I guess. Or I find the perfect crochet pattern, because I don't want to do a triangular shawl again. Yeah, it's lace weight. I never knit with lace weight, but I did one shawl with lace weight. It was one of my first lace shawls, but it was too small. This. And now we come to a new project. I tried it only because I think I will start it in December. And it's paired with a incoming goodie. So I tried to do the Buttonberg blanket, and I think I didn't show you. I bought a lot of white yarn. It's drops yarn. And I tried to do these little these little squares, solid granny squares. And if you don't know the Buttonberg blanket by Sandra from the Cherry Heart podcast, she is mainly a crocheter, but also is doing very much knitting lately. And she designed this after a cake, which is called Buttonberg cake. And it's a chessboard pattern. So you always have one colored square, one white square, one colored square. Here would be a white square, a colored square, a white square again. And she has invented, or not invented, but she changed it a little bit, a modular join as you go method. I didn't do this because it looks so complicated. So I only crocheted them together. And this will be my next minis project, because my scrappy granny square blanket is finished since many months now, and I want to do another cozy memories type of project again, and I think this is great, and that's not so airy. And the incoming goodie, I will show this side. Isn't that a great gradient? It's wait, I won't show the note. It's this yarn, Pixie yarn. I haven't heard from them before. January blues, how perfect is that for January? It's so perfect. I would love to wear a sweater like that or a scarf like that. and it's 5 mini skeins and with 10 gram, and it's merino, 75 merino, 25 nylon, and 232 yards. This will come into this blanket. And here is my minis stash. It's a whole bag full of minis. Maybe it's enough for the Battenberg blanket, maybe. I don't know. I will enjoy this so much, and I have bought so many white skeins from this. Yeah. And regarding future knitting, after I have finished some of my whips, I would like to make some garments, pullovers, because I don't need so many shawls, and it's not so satisfying to do one shawl after another. I need to do more hats, because I need more hats, especially hats which fit my scarves I have. And I like to do pullovers, easy ones, very easy ones, and not really fancy, and not many colors or not crazy colors, but just easy, plain, classic pullovers, raglan or something. That's what I want to do in the future. I showed you some future knitting plans and my Make 9 in previous episodes, and I still stick to them. I still like these. We have still some make-alongs running. The SOS called the Socks of Stash knit along, and I am browsing through the forums every second day, and I really appreciate all your entries, and thank you so much that you stick with me and with our make-alongs and with our Make 9 thread. And yeah, hop over to our Ravelry group and look into our group and into the threads. It's so nice, and they are so stunning projects, and the sweaters, oh my gosh, you knit so neat and perfect sweaters. It's breathtaking. It's really nice to get inspired by you and all your entries. Yeah, that's great. What else? There was something I wanted to say. I don't know. Yeah, what did I do the last 3 months? A lot. Too much. So work was very busy. I'm a teacher, as you know, and the closer the end of a school year is coming, is coming, the more stress you have. But I love my job, so it's okay. And my school is awesome. Yeah, so work was busy, studying was extremely busy, because I want to get my master's degree in religion pedagogy or pedagogy. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. In fall. So I am writing my master's thesis at the moment. I had to write a lot of papers for finishing my studies in pedagogy. I don't know. I'm a theologian, and I have a master's degree already, but I get the next one for pedagogy. It's a funny word. If you pronounce it like that, I think it's funny. Pedagogy. Yes. And I still have my PhD in the making. So the thesis. But yeah, it's much. It's very much. And for my master's degree, I needed I looked up the word lately. I don't know the word, but I will describe what I did. I had to visit different school types. I had to sit in the back of the classroom and take notes how the teachers are teaching and how the students are learning. And then I had to teach two lessons in this specific school. I watched the teacher teaching, and that was very time consuming and very much work. It was like the main part of the whole studying for the master's degree. It was a lot of work. It was the most interesting part of the studying part, but it was very much work. Because if you don't know a class, if you haven't taught in that class before, it's much more work to write a lesson, because you don't know what they know, you don't know which methods they are used to, you don't know their names, you don't know exactly how many students are in that class and how will they react to your way of teaching. So it's so much more work than preparing a lesson for my students I know already. So yeah, it was fun, it was inspiring. I learned much more in that time than in all the other lectures I had to attend. I have to say that, because yeah, it's so much theory which mostly doesn't correspond to the real life in a class, in a teaching situation, but this was very helpful and it was fun. The students and the different teachers and their different methods and styles of teaching, it was very enlightening. So yes, that was nice, but a lot of work, and I had to visit the schools every Thursday because that was my only free day in the week, so I could do that. And it was a long drive into that city because it wasn't in Vienna. Yeah, so yeah, I wasn't enjoying the last 3 months very much, because it was much to do working and studying, and during studying working in another school next to my school, so it was much to do. And yes, so I would say now we have summer holidays and we have 2 months of summer holidays. Our semester always starts in September, and I wasn't working well anymore. So there wasn't, I don't know, I haven't had more energy to do something. It was very hot. I showed you my temperature blanket. The June was very hot. That was giving me the rest. So in German we say giving the rest doesn't mean it gives you time to relax. It means the rest of your energy. It's taking the rest of your energy from you. So there is nothing left you can live from. Yeah, it was hard, and that was what I was doing. So there wasn't much spare time. I was going to bed very early. What I did was reading. Sorry, Benny. And playing with Benny. Are you tired? Yeah, and my boyfriend was studying also a lot. He's also very close to finishing. So there will be 2 freshly made masters in this house very soon. Yeah, what did I do? I colored to relax a little bit. Yeah. Because of all the work and all the reading, all the writing and all the driving, I had problems with my spine here, so I had to do physio also. Oh, but I tried something new. I have a new hobby, so to say. Do you know geocaching? Or you say geocaching, I guess. It is so much fun. It is so much fun. It's perfect for summer weather, or autumn is also nice. It's fun. It's exciting a little bit. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google that and try it out. It is so much fun, really. And I could take Benny with me, and so he was getting bigger gussie routes. You know, we say gussie for walking the dog. That was fun. That was much fun. Okay, now I'm a little bit tired and I need coffee. And I want to knit on my Weasley sweater again. And I hope you are not bored already. Or are you still awake? Hello. I would like to insert this dong dong dong. You know what you hear when you do this on your old TV. Dong dong dong. Okay. I hope you don't mind that it was a little bit rambly and disorganized maybe. And thank you for your patience and still being around on my channel here on YouTube. And we will see each other, I don't know, soon. Bye bye.